Before moving on with this session, make sure that you have already seen cost classification video so that you are clear about the variable and fixed cost and also a little about contribution income statement. This will help us understanding the budgeting of the same costs very easy. You'll find these videos in the costing section. A type of budgets that now we are discussing are flexible budget questions. A flexible budget is a budget that adjusts revenues and expenses to the actual output level achieved. When I say actual output level, it may mean units produced or sold for a manufacturing firm, or a number of guests in a party, or number of students in a school district. So flexible budget is the budget that adjusts revenues and costs to the actual level achieved. A static budget, however, keeps the budgeted production or budgeted activity level in any of the period. To understand it a little more, let's take an example. Assume that we have a party to be arranged, and in the party we need to arrange for the beverages. And for this example, I'm taking a banana milkshake example, and let's assume that we need to serve each guest with banana milkshake. And each banana milkshake will require 2 bananas, 250 milliliters of milk, some sugar, let's say 25 grams. This will give us a 300 milliliter serving of banana milkshake. To make the example simpler, I'm just now focusing only on the bananas. So if 2 pieces are required to make 300 milliliter of banana milkshake, assuming that 1 banana will cost you $1, how much bananas would be required if we are anticipating 20 guests? How much should the bananas cost us if the anticipated guests are 20? The answer is simple. 2 bananas times $1, 20 guests will get $40. But if the actual guests are 22, how much should the bananas cost when we are serving each milkshake to individual guests? 2 bananas, but this time 22 guests, and this will give us $44. This is an example of flexible budget, changing the budgeted amount of 20 guests now to an actual guests, which are 22 guests. This will help us finding the flexible budget. Now we understand that the cost of bananas are variable in nature, which means the more milkshake we will produce, more cost will be required. Let's take another example. In the same party, if we are arranging for a DJ and the DJ is estimated cost is $200. Now assume that we are anticipating 20 guests. Then how much should the DJ cost us? $200. And if actual guests are 22, the cost of DJ should not increase because this is an example of a fixed cost. So when preparing the flexible budget, the rule of thumb is the variable cost per unit does not change. It changes in total. Fixed cost in total does not change, which means per unit it will be different. So we try to find variable cost per unit according to the budget and multiply it with the actual activity or actual output to find a flexible figure, but fixed cost will not change. Let's take an example here. Over the past several years, McFadden Industries has experienced the following regarding the company's shipping expenses. Fixed costs are $16,000, budgeted pounds shipped are 10,000 pounds, cost per pound is 0.5. This is variable cost per unit. Shown below are McFadden's actual data for the coming year. They have given you the number of sales order 800, number of shipments 800, and total pounds actually shipped are 9,600. We need to find the expected shipping cost for the coming period. To find the flexible budget figure in this question, we need to first find the variable cost according to the actual output. The variable cost is 0.5 multiplied by actual pounds shipped, and that makes it flexible, gives you 4,800. And fixed cost will not change and it will remain 16,000, resulting in a total cost of 20,800. That is a flexible budget. So we are changing the variable cost, but we are not changing the fixed cost.